So we're back with the next video, and our next clip. And whoa, look at the waterfall, and we're right under the floating island thingy. That's pretty cool. Hey guys, back with another video today. And today we are in Animal Kingdom in Disney. And right now we're going to Pandora. I'm excited. A lot. To nevadí,
než jako tu kamerou rychle, bude to rozmazané, tam neuvidíš.
It looks like there's a lot of plants. Makes sense because it's like the world of Avatar or something.
Jdeme rychle pohyby s kamerou.
Já vím.
Věrně nevíš.
Točím.
Bude pravo, pravo.
Víte, že to je Pandora. Jdeme tady se podívat.
We're gonna go this way. Whoa, look at that.
Look at plants tady vlevo.
Those plants from Avatar. Not like the Avatar, the show, but Avatar the movie. It's not for kids. But this is, whoa. Look at that. This is crazy.
Yeah, super.
But wow, this is just insane. Okay, looks like we're taking some pictures right now. So I'm gonna put it like this. Alright. I'm so happy right now. This is beautiful. What was that?
Pandora.
To se říká Pandora.
Right there.
Víš, jak to flouduje?
My sister asked, where's Pandora? Right there. That's actually so cool. Yeah, it's gonna be a long video.
Musíme zpátky na ten hlavní tah.
Ne, co děláš?
Já jsem na dinosaury.
Ani nedošel do té Pandory.
Tak já vím, tak máme jít zpátky.
Počkej, no tak máme čas, ne?
Wired. Obviously. I've seen Avatar Way of Water, not like the first one. Yeah, if you didn't know, my parents were speaking Czech, so you probably won't understand what they're saying. I can't tell if that's real moss. I don't want to touch it. I feel like I'm gonna get possessed or something. That's actually, some of these stuff is like really creepy though. Like, this is out of this world. Literally.
Dobré? Jdem?
Počkej, já si můžu si chvíli.
Já furt točím, že víte.
To máš, to bude moc veliké páče.
Ty říkáš takhle. Whoa. We were just on the ride. I got a few pictures. Because my camera did not see good in the dark. So yeah. Wow. Then why is it then? Right now we are going to Dino Land, which I'm excited for because I love dinosaurs. Moja tam mluvím, ten. Wow. Wow. Donald's Dino Dash. Pretty cool. Looking. See what's gonna be here. Okay, there's a Dino-Rama over there. I'm pretty sure that's like the thing where like you get like this little plastic dinosaur thing out of hot plastic made and then it cools or whatever. Okay, dinosaur.
To jsou ty provazky pro děcka potom.
Oh, I'm definitely gonna go there later. There's like a jungle gym looking thing. Restaurantosaurus. Nice.
Okej, tak możesz. Go!
Yeah, there's Dutchim. Okay, we are now in the Africa place exhibit thingy. So this is the first thing. So harambe. Cool. There's a capuchin monkey somewhere over there. So that's pretty cool. Okay, I'll see you guys at the next.
Remain fully seated with your
Yeah,
hands,
on a
arms, feet,
safari
and
now,
legs
so
inside
that's
the truck
cool.
the entire time.
So I'm gonna be
Also,
quiet.
please make sure to keep a tight hold on any cameras, cell phones, or any other personal items. Because if anything were to fall over the side of my truck, I unfortunately will not be able to stop for it. If you do drop anything though, please just let me know. I'll check it award and I'm here to retrieve that item for you. Now it does get pretty bumpy out here as well as we do have a lot of free roaming animals that like to cross in front of the trucks at random times. So for your safety, just make sure we are staying fully seated. So parents just watch your kids and kids just watch your parents. Now if you do take a look above your head, you will see that animal spotting guide. It's going to be a little indicator of the animals we could see out here today. Can't guarantee we'll see them all, but hopefully we see a good amount of them. Now our first stop here on the reserve today is going to be the Little Ituri Forest. And the Ituri Forest is home to a lot more of the shy and reclusive animals. So it's going to be a little bit harder for us to see them just because they do spend a lot of time just kind of hanging out in this dense underbush here. Now we can take a look off to the right hand side over there. We are going to see that okapi. Now the okapi is going to be the closest living relative to a giraffe, although it does look like it's related to the zebra because of those striped pants. But they do have the same facial structure as well as the same long prehensile tongue as those giraffes. Their stripes just help them blend into their surroundings so they can hide away from their predators and just be able to protect
I don't think I saw that one.
Now the stripes help them hide so well that natives knew about them, but Westerners actually did not discover them until about 1901. So they were considered to be very mythical creatures. We know them today to be very shy and reclusive, so it does make sense why it took us so long to actually be able to see them. Now coming up on this left-hand side, if you actually take a look up at the top of the hill, we are going to see that black rhino. Black rhinos are going to be the smaller of the rhino species, but they are going to be about 3,000 pounds and able to charge about 35 miles an hour. Now, rhinos in general have no natural predators. Their main predator is going to be humans. Now, back in 2015, there was only 5,000 black rhinos left, but now due to conservation efforts, the number has doubled and there's about 10,000 black rhinos. But unfortunately, they are still being poached for those keratin horns as well as being poached for sport.
That's bad.
Now, keratin is the same thing that our hairy nails are made of, so it's actually really unfortunate. They're being poached for something we grow back so easily. And up on the left here, as we do kind of make our way out of the forest, we are going to be able to see this copper-colored animal as well as the tan animal kind of right by those bushes. The copper-colored ones are bongas and the tan ones are greater kudos. Greater kudos are a little bit harder to see out there.
YouTube is pretty.
Now, bongas are considered to be the ghosts of the forest because they are very rarely ever seen and they do blend into a lot of their surroundings out here. And they will lay their head back to sweep all the dense undergrowth in the forest and they can move through it pretty quickly without getting tangled up in it. While the greater kudu are the taller of the antelope species in the forest, getting about 55 inches tall just at their shoulders. Now we are going to be making our way down to the Safi River, and the Safi River is going to be home.
Oh well, look at that.
Is going to be home to the aquatic animals that are out here on the reserve. So it might be a little bit harder for us to see some of them because they are going to spend a lot of time out in the water. Now on the right, we might have seen a lot of those gray and white birds. Those are going to be some pink-backed pelicans. Now pink-backed pelicans do get their name from the pink coloration they get on their backs during their mating season. They're also going to be colonial nesters, be about 250 pairs on a nest at just one time. Now we will keep a close eye out on the water. We might be able to see some hippos. Hippos are going to spend a lot of time just down in that water, and they can hold their breath underwater for a couple minutes at a time.
Hippo.
Now they also do come up onto the
Looks like
lake
a
at
cat.
night because of the vegetation that does surround it, and they can actually travel about 5 miles away
no,
from the
it's
water
just
to be able to go find some of that food. So if we don't see any, that might be where they are at.
An alligator. That gator.
Oh, gator.
over here, we are going to see some Nile crocodiles. Just make sure you're staying fully seated for me, my friends.
Okay, guys, you can zoom in on YouTube or something. Look at
Now,
those
Nile crocodiles are
crocodiles. They're
the
laying down,
largest
they're
of the
sleeping.
species, getting about 16 feet in length, weighing about 500 pounds. Now, they can eat about half of their body weight just one sitting, and because of this, they only need to eat to be able to survive. Just make sure you are staying fully seated for me, my friends. Make sure you're fully seated, please. Now, their diet does mainly contain of fish, but if something was unfortunate enough to cross their path, like a wildebeest or a zebra, they will go for it. And that is usually when they go that week about having to eat. So it's not something super consistent for them, just when they've had a bigger meal they're not fully used to. Now the trees are opening up quite a bit, so means we are getting closer to the savannah. Now before we head out to the savannah, we are going to see a very unique looking tree, which is the baobab tree.
Baobab tree.
Now, the baobab tree does have two different nicknames. It's going to be nicknamed the Tree of Life because some of these trees can hold a couple thousand gallons of water at a time.
That's the
Because they do hold so much water, they can remain leafless for about 9 months out of the year, which is why we also call it the upside down tree, because it kind of looks like its roots are facing up. Now, that tree gets its leaves back. It's going to be during the rainier seasons on the savannah that it gets those leaves.
Cool.
Now, the savannah is the largest part of our reserve, and it's going to be where we see a lot of the animals we all know and love. Now, they also love to use the savannah as a bit of a highway system, so they do end up crossing back and forth quite a bit throughout the entire day. So we are going to see them pretty spread out as we do make our way down through here, and as we do get closer to some of these animals, that's when we will fully talk about them, because there might be some different animals between us and the ones we do see in the distance. Now, we are going to see up on the right here, the really small animals are springboks, and then kind of out in the distance there, we are going to see these Hartman's mountain zebra. Now, the springboks are the smaller of the antelope species. They can jump about 6 to 8 feet in the air just from standing up. They can jump about 13 feet forward. They can also run about 50 to 60 miles per hour, which makes them one of the top 10 fastest animals in
So yeah,
the
credits
world.
to Kilimanjaro
While the
safaris.
Hartman's mountain zebra have a flap of skin under their throat that helps them regulate their body temperature. Now, that flap of skin is called a dewlap, and they're going to be the only species of zebra with that flap of skin, but they're not the only animal species with it. Now, they also do have smaller hooves and a bigger heart than most zebras, which do allow them to climb with that mountain terrain just a little bit easier. Now, they're going to be a little bit harder to see, but to their left over here, they're going to be right by the rocks at the pond right there. There's going to be some African painted dogs laying down. We'll kind of move up a little bit so we can get another view of them, kind of a little bit straight on right before the cave. Now, the African painted dogs do get their name from the paint spatter markings it looks like they have on them. Now, their markings are very unique to them. No two are alike, just like our fingerprints. Now, although these animals are super cute and cuddly looking, they are going to be one of the most successful hunters out here on the savannah, having a much higher success rate than lions. Now, they are going to hunt together as a team, which is why they do have such a high success rate. And then on the left over here, the ankle-big cattle, some wildebeest, and then in the far distance there, we are going to see the sable antelope.
Oh, those are fighting, battling. That's a
Now,
cool
the sable
battle.
antelope are the emblem to the Harambe Wildlife Reserve, and they are a very
Yeah,
brave
Harambe
animal, never back down from
Reserve.
a challenge.
Credits
With
them.
how their horns are shaped, they are able to deter predators away from them to be able to protect themselves. Now, the wildebeest are going to get into herds of about 1.5 million, and they will travel about 500 to 1,000 miles in 1 year. Now, since the wildebeest are such migrating animals, their babies are going to be up and running around within about 15 minutes of being born. And the Ankole cattle are one of the only domesticated animals out here on the savannah. They're also nicknamed the Watusi cattle,
I keep
because
saying
when
that,
they
but
first
it's
domesticate
cool.
them, which was the Watusi tribe.
So close. I'd be quiet.
Now, the horns may seem like they're very heavy, but they are very light, and they do have a honeycomb structure throughout them that helps them regulate their body
Whoa, it's a
temperature
giraffe.
and allows them to adjust to a lot of the climates they do get introduced to. And then on the left, we'll see the Maasai giraffe, and hopefully we'll see a couple more as we do continue our way forward. Now, the Maasai giraffe are going to have a little bit more of a messier, rugged leaf pattern to them. So there's about 9 different subspecies of giraffes, and they're on different patterns, but they're also able to camouflage on the savannah to be able to protect themselves.
That was around camouflaged really well.
Now, giraffes, they are about 18 feet tall. Babies are going to be born at about 6 feet. Now, we have witnessed it out of this reserve before, but those babies can have a 6-foot drop from their mom when they are born. Now that shock is not going to affect them. They are going to be up and moving around within about an hour of being born.
Yeah, aja.
Oh, there's some ox over there. There were bad ones before.
Now, giraffes will spend a majority of their day eating. They do only sleep about 30 minutes a day. Now, it's not going to be a consecutive 30 minutes. It is about 1 to 2 minute power naps throughout the entire day.
Cool.
That just equal 30 minutes. And during these naps, they are going to stand completely still. Now, they have such long legs, it does make them very vulnerable to predators when they do lay down. They prefer to stay standing. And if we ever do see giraffes laying down, it just means they feel extremely comfortable in their environments. And then on the left here, we are going to see these two tan animals. These are elands. Elands are one of the taller of the antelopes out here in the savannah. They're going to be about 6 feet tall. Now, both male and female elands will have these long, twisted horns. And sometimes you can see that male digging their heads into some bushes to kind of create a leaf flower crown around them.
Interesting.
Now, it does look like some trees have been knocked out up ahead here, so we might be getting close to some elephant territory. Elephants do tend to knock things down in their pathway just due to their size, but it can allow for new growth in the ecosystem, as it does allow for new trees and new plants.
First, it's elephants, baby. Yeah, big shout out to Kilimanjaro, so.
Now, it's going to look a little weird, but it does.
And it's not
upsetting.
life,
If you look
so
actually
shout
between
out
the
to
trees right there, looks like a
And
giant
birds.
rock. That's actually an elephant going to be laying down right on that mound. So we'll kind of see him as we get around a little bit, see him a little bit better. Now, he is sleeping. He does this quite often. Typically, you don't see
Like, on
elephants
the
laying
top.
down, as they are pretty heavy animals, but they can lay down every once in a while, and then he typically does that. Now, one of the easiest ways to tell that it's an African elephant is going to be from the shape and size of those ears, as they do kind of look like the continent of Africa. Every part of the ear
That's
can
really
actually
cool.
go with their
Shout out
body
to my
temperature
dad
of 10
for
to
helping
15
me
degrees,
record
so
over
that they
there.
have a personal fan in them at all times.
It's on the left side. Yeah, record on the right side.
Now, elephants, they do live in a matriarchal society, so that does mean that one of the older or one of the more wiser of the female elephants is going to be the leader of the herd. Once the males reach their late teenage years, they will start to separate themselves off from that main herd
Dang.
and either go off on their own or just join up with other males in what we would call a bachelor herd.
Bachelor herd. Cool. Who's watching YouTube right now? Maybe. Like, I mean, honestly, I just heard from. I'm so happy right now.
Now, as we do continue our way forward here, we will just keep an eye out on either side. We might be able to see some tusk marks. Now, the elephants really like to dig their tusks into this red clay to get to the minerals it holds inside. Now, these minerals are very good for the elephants.
Oh, yo, it's
Some of those we take every single day. And it does look like here on the right, we're going to see a lot of those tusk marks.
Видишь, что они делают?
Cool.
Now, elephants, they are very migratory animals. They're not going to stay put in one spot for too long. They do like to travel, especially to find food, as they do eat about 300 pounds of food in just a one day.
Cheers.
Now, this has caused a lot of problems in Africa because elephants have gone onto farmlands. They've destroyed crops, so farmers are just not too happy with them. Now, during research, it was found out that elephants are afraid of bees, so like the noises that they make. So it was suggested to farmers to put beehive fencing surrounding the farmlands to see if it would scare those elephants away. And it actually worked. About 80% of the elephants that came up to the farmland would run away because they were so scared. And that made those farmers got pretty happy because they're finally able to use their crops, but also able to sell the honey the bees produce for just a little bit more extra income. Now, the elephants are also able to dig their tusks into these baobab trees to get to the water it holds inside. So if there was ever a drought on the savannah, they could dig their tusk into those trees and get to the water and help out a bunch of the animals.
Oh, we're going down water. It's like water time. You're going through water right now, so it's pretty cool. And splashy. We're now in the water. Oh, that's some blue water, actually. Wow. Now we're standing in water. Oh god.
Now, just make sure we are staying fully seated for me, my friends. We'll get up to those flamingos in just a moment. Looks like there might be an animal blocking the truck up ahead here. Now, elephants are also pachyderms, which is going to be Greek for thick skin. Now, even though their skin is about an inch thick, it's actually really sensitive, so they will throw dirt, water, mud, anything they really can on their backs for people to help protect them a little bit more throughout the day.
Looks like there was some like eagles or hawks up there.
Now we do got some rhinos by there blocking the truck right up ahead over there. That's right in front of us. So we're gonna be sitting here for just a moment until they can get them out of the way. Hopefully they'll be able to get some great views of them. They've been some pretty good troublemakers today. So we'll just keep up makers. I'm kind of hoping that they get out of the way pretty quick and we get some great views.
These rhinos are real troublemakers, it looks like. Yeah, but there's but it's not chill,
Now we are going to see on this left-hand side, there's going to be the greater flamingos. Greater flamingos are going to be the larger of the flamingo species, but they're also going to be a lighter pink.
Flamingos.
Now flamingos first hatch, they're going to be the gray color. They do get the pink coloration from the beta carotene in the krill. They do eat. Now about a year after they're born, that's when they start to lose those gray feathers a little bit. They'll be gray and white. And a little bit after that, they start to pink feathers in them, so you start losing those gray feathers all together. Now it can take about 2 years before there's that gray coloration on them. As their legs take a little bit longer to fully change to that pink color. We are going to be able to see on the left-hand side over here. We are going to be very careful. It looks like they are sparring just a bit, so we never know what could happen. So we'll kind of just be very careful and we'll get some great views of them. Now these are the southern white rhinos, and the southern white rhinos are about 5,000 pounds. Again, they are going to be suffering due to poaching for those keratin horns as well as being poached for sport.
Well, look at those rhinos, they're battling. Who will win? I heard that.
Now rhinos don't really have the best eyesight, so they're going to heavily rely on their ears and their nose, so they know what's going on, just not too shocking. Something does end up coming up pretty close to them.
So I don't know who won.
Now they can really only see about 5 to 10 feet ahead of them.
Oh, and that's kind of sad.
He can see you.
It's a rhino, it's a white rhino.
Now, the rhinos are going to be hanging around this mud puddle here that's called a mud wallow. Now, rhinos do tend to roll around in that mud because it creates a natural sun platform as well as a natural bug repellent. It's also going to be another way to help keep them cool on hot Savannah days, and they do really love to roll around in that mud. So we are going to kind of make our way from here. Looks like they've kind of calmed down just a bit. But we are going to see off on the left some cheetahs.
Cheetahs. Cheetahs. Oh my god, there's cheetahs over there. There's some cheetahs.
Now, cheetahs are going to be the fastest land mammal. They do get speeds of about 60 miles per hour in about 3 seconds.
Velociraptor
Now, they
faster.
only hold that speed for about 30 seconds at a time.
Dang.
And owls are going to be built for speed and not for strength, so they really can't hold it forever.
Cheetahs can jump 10 meters up. If he can,
Now,
we're
cheetahs do
cooked.
have super retractable claws, which do allow them to dig into the ground as they are running at those speeds, and their long tail is going to help them stay balanced and upright. But cheetahs are also going to be day hunters. They'll need to be able to see during the day. So they do have some teardrop markings that are going to come down from their eyes. The sunlight reflects off of those markings and just allows them to see a little bit better throughout the day. Now we are making our way around this rock formation. This is a copy rock, and typically at copy rocks you can find some big cats because they are able to look across the savannah, be able to check out what's going on and make sure everything is running pretty smoothly out here. Now there's also going to be a lot of areas then to be able to stay cool, kind of sleep, take some nice dark naps. As they are going to be nocturnal, so they're going to be more active at night than they are during the day. Now, off on the left here, we are going to be able to see some
ostriches.
Now, ostriches are going to be the largest flightless birds, getting up to speeds of about 40 miles per hour. Now, male ostriches are going to be about 9 feet tall, while females are going to be about 6 feet, and they are going to be close to about 3
Yeah, zooming in is recommended.
So they are some pretty big animals. Now, we can also see...
I can't really do that when I'm recording.
Tall grasses, we'll see some of the water bugs. Water bugs are typically going to live near permanent bodies of water because they do absolutely love water. They can also use it to their advantage. If they're being chased by a predator, they will run straight towards that water, just kind of stand there, and that predator is not going to attempt to get into that water with them. It does actually help them out quite a bit. Now, since ostriches are such large birds, they do lay some large eggs, and if you take a look off to the right over here, we'll see some ostrich eggs. Now, they are going to be about 3 pounds, which is equivalent to about 2 dozen chicken eggs. Now, a grown adult could try to stand on one of those eggs and not be able to break it from how strong the outer shell actually is.
You can actually buy ostrich eggs. I have no idea what these strings are for.
Now, we are going to be making one final stop here near our warden's post. Now, our warden is the one that does help take care of the animals out here as well as help protect them.
Okay,
now, it does look like they have some helpers running them out here today, and it does look like they are going to be some Nigerian dwarf goats. Now, they were domesticated by our warden here, and you'll be able to find them worldwide. Now, they are very social animals, so they do absolutely love hanging out with our warden here. Now, our warden keeps these goats around to show us all that we can all live together as one, humans and animals together. Harambe in Swahili does mean to come together, so we do want to all come together and be able to help protect these animals, so we can all live alongside of them in harmony.
Cool.
Now, you might be asking yourself, well, what can I do to help protect these animals? And the main thing you can do to help protect them is just by researching them. If you take your favorite animals that you got to see out here today and do a little bit of research on them, you can help find small ways to be able to protect them. And even those smaller actions can go a long way.
That kind of makes sense.
Now, we can also recycle any of our old electronic items. You can help out elephants and gorillas. And there's a lot of mining going on in their home for the mineral coltan, which will create those electronics. But we can also recycle any household items to protect the other animals out here, as almost every animal out here is facing habitat loss and habitat destruction. So we really want to do everything we possibly can to be able to help protect these animals.
I just realized they're in water.
So the next generations after us are able to learn about these animals, but they're also able to see them and experience them in the ways that we were just able to experience them out here today.
That credits.
Now we are coming up to our area, so please make sure you're going to have your personal items together, so it's a little bit easier for you to unload.
Credits and shout out to them
Check back here to Africa
for making this
grab those
possible.
items, and we don't wish that for you.
Alright, so until the next video, goodbye.
Double check your pockets, make sure nothing fell out. It does get pretty belt.